Hey, scrappy people, it's Tracy Reed here today, and we are in the home stretch of this California Love album, and today I'm going to be playing with circles on a single page layout with a photo of me and my bestie. We've been best friends since we were 15, which makes it, oh my gosh, like 20 years now, and she was the only person in California that I managed to make time for while we were there that wasn't family. So of course she gets a special place in my album. So I'm going to use this rainbow pattern as my background, and I'm just using some scrap paper that I have left over from other projects to create a bunch of circles with my circle punches, and I really don't have a plan other than that and to use these circular embellishments that I've got over here. I just pulled out some of these circular embellishments and decided to go hog wild with the circles and see what I could come up with. So we got a bunch of different patterns now. They are blue, red, green, and the map pattern. And I thought about making everything, fit together in that rainbow order, but instead I'm going to break up the rainbow and I'm layering some different colors together, trying to not make any match. So that's why I have two of the blue stripe with the red on top. So I'm like, well, that's not going to work. But then I decided to only go with 3 main circles to start with. So once I put that photo down, I decided that was too many circles. So I'm going to pull some of these off. Thought about matting this photo, but I didn't really find a mat that I especially liked with the photo, and I thought that there was enough pattern going on anyway. I normally like to mat my photos with a small border around the edges, but I decided not to this time. So I'm going to create 3 points of contact on this layout, starting maybe 4 points. I don't know. Do I move that little one in? I'm not sure. We'll see. But starting with the top, I'm working my way down. I'm sort of creating a frame of circles around the photo to start with. I am going to be putting my photo on top of these circles, but it just kind of gives me points of contact to start layering embellishments over the top once I get my photo down. So we're going to start here. And I feel like they're too spaced out. There's something going on here. So I do decide to end up matting this photo, but I'm going to do it on some really subtle map vellum. I haven't used this map vellum from the collection yet, and so I'm going to use that, and it kind of differentiates the photo from the background, but not. Like it gives your eye a little matte, but you can also still see the color in the background, and I think it works pretty well. And it makes it so that the photo is just a little bit larger so that it can tuck around all of these circles, which was the main point anyway. I normally don't create a composition that is so centered. You can see that that photo is just about completely centered on the page. I don't normally do that. I normally offset my photo a little bit, so this was a little bit of a change for me and a little, not of a struggle, but just reorienting my brain a little bit to not have some extra space on one side or the other to fill up. So I staple down this arrow and I end up instantly not liking how close it is to our heads. It is just centered right in between our heads, and I think it would have been fine if it was a little bit higher, but because it's right right in between our heads, I just didn't love it. But I'm not going to pull it up yet because I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. So I'm just going to let it sit there and taunt me while I figure out what I want to do. So I'm going to bring in some of these smaller circles to start building some bubbly like embellishments around the photo on top of it now, because you can see I have put down the circular chipboard pieces and the arrow. So now I got to start working with the paper that I have left over. And I like how the circles are a contrast to the stripes in the background. I think that adds a lot of interest to the page, especially since I'm doing one single 6x8 page. Although this will have a twin page next to it. It is a different subject that goes with the next video, so I kind of wanted to make sure that this one stood alone. And now I have moved that arrow and it looks much better there, tied in to the title. So I'm not going to add much journaling here. I am going to grab a piece of scratch paper from the traveler's notebook that I have pulled apart. So I have all of the graph papers that come inside the traveler's notebook. I have some extra ones of those, of course, so I'm going to grab a piece of that and cut out like a half circle to journal on, just to continue the theme. I'm kind of sticking some behind my photo here so that it doesn't look too like the circles are floating, I guess, on top of or behind the photo. So embedding these circles into the underneath of the photo kind of makes it look like there's circles hiding under there too, and the photo isn't just floating on top of one or two circles. So here is the graph paper. I'm going to put it down here at the bottom, and then I realized that I cut it a little bit crooked, so I need to pull that up and fix it a little bit. The lines, it's graph paper, so there's lines on it, so I gotta make sure that the lines are straight because I'm a little bit picky that way. I'm gonna add my journaling there. I thought about maybe adding like the date and a caption up here, but I didn't really like the way that that was incorporating with those circles, so I decided against it. I'm going to add in my little bit of journaling to this page. And I feel like there's not, like, it just doesn't feel done to me. It feels like there needs to be more. I mean, I could stop here and it would be a complete and whole page. It's got a photo, a title, and journaling, but I decided to add in some icons. I felt like it needed a little bit more oomph. So we're going to take some of these cute icons from one of the sticker sheets and layer them over the top of some of these circles that just have pattern on them. I liked the idea of the compass points because, you know, when you have been besties with someone forever, they become like your part of your compass points in your life, and I really liked that tie-in, so I'm going to put those on there. Then I really like the way that this leaf curled around the edge of this circle, so I'm going to add one here, and then I'm going to add one at the top too. The one at the top is a bit different because there wasn't two of the same leaves in the collection, or at least not left. I don't know if I had one before that I already used, but it's okay that they're different. It's okay, I swear. Sometimes I gotta tell myself these things. I would have liked the symmetry of having them be exactly the same, but the asymmetry of having them not be the same is kind of cool too. But that is about it for this video. I'm not sure if I add anything else here. I don't think so. Maybe something small. I'm looking through my older pieces of Cocoa Daisy stuff, and I'm going to add in some hearts. That's what I wanted. And now we're done. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Tracy M. Reed. I'd love to see you over there as well. There's a link to Cocoa Daisy in the comment section below, and I will see you next time. Thank you.